I swear to God, it is one. I'm going to say it might be tied for my number one fear.
I think it is because I know you've spoken of it before.
Yeah, what's it tied with? For most scary.
Wow.
Like an even bigger snake does.
Welcome to Text Me Back!
We did it!
We vacated our asses for a month. Although, did we really? Because I feel like we did as much work. Oh, we worked the whole time. However, I will say that just like having fewer scheduled things on the calendar
was nice. Yeah,
was a very lovely lifting of burden.
I would say that too. I would say, like, as I was rotting into the infrastructure of my couch, every Thursday at recording time, I would have the thought of, oh, thank God, I don't have to get up and try to be funny for 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was nice. But we did our best to bring you little treats, little amuse-bouches on the feed. We hope you enjoyed.
I think it was an okay month. I mean, we had little bits and bobs for the people.
Little bits and bobs for the people. They finally got to find out about Popeye. Hopefully, Lindy didn't gas it up too much.
I'm sure they loved it. I'm sure they were like, "This is the most mind-blowing segment of all time." You know what I did though? I forgot to do the newsletter this week. Newsletter me back.
Oh, homicide.
I did it all the other weeks, just not this last week.
Do you know what we should request?
What?
We should request people send in submissions for Question Corner.
Yes.
That would make your life even easier. So if you have like a question you want to ask either Lindy or me or both, send it on in. Please don't send anything too existential.
No, but just anything fun, little fun questions. There's a segment we do in Newsletter Me Back where it's called Question Corner, and it's a little video segment where Megan and I take turns answering little questions. And so far we've just been asking each other questions, but we're already out. We're out. I don't want to know anything else about Megan, frankly.
No, Lindy famously hates it when people ask questions about me. So, but I think we're kind of like, we're falling back into the tried and true. We're mostly just asking each other to rank stuff, which is not a bad thing. But if you have something more creative, we're all ears.
Yeah. So, feel free to submit your questions for Question Corner anywhere you can, such as you could write on the Patreon, you could write on the Discord, you could email us.
I will say, just really quick, emailing us on the Patreon is probably the worst possible way you could do it.
Yeah.
But you could. But Discord is good.
Or I would say sending us an email at deartextmeback@gmail.com.
There she goes. Almost 2 years of making the podcast. She has it. She knows it.
Or if you could, if you wanted, you could send us a voicemail at podtax. Oof.
The O's are zeros.
The O's are zeros.
Famously. Yeah.
What's the real number?
703-829-0003. And you can call or text us with really anything on your mind. Doesn't have to be for Question Corner. But by the way, the newsletter is free to everyone. We will never charge $1.
Yeah. And that's why it's also okay if I forget to do it once in a while.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Sue me?
Cancel your free subscription? I mean, you could. That would be hurtful, though. Don't do that.
It would be hurtful. And I'm not going to leave you without a dope beat to Steve too often. I promise.
Never. Yeah.
So anyway, here we are. We're back. We got a very special episode today. We have Guesties. We have Guesties. Bestie Guesties.
Oh, cute. I like Bestie Guesties.
From the podcast, Here to Make Friends.
It's Jessi Klein and Liz Feldman.
We're going to talk to them, and we're going to do a little Snake of the Week. We're going to do a little normal news. And then we're going to head out.
Who knows for sure what could happen, but we may alienate them both so badly that they're never heard from again. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. You know?
Oh, God. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Before we get into it with guests, before we guest into it, we're going to hit them with a little bit of tidings. Let them have it, Lindy. What's your tiding?
Okay, so I don't know if you listened to last week's episode, but last week I introduced a new character. Last week a new bombshell entered the villa, and her name was Vole. We had a vole. We had a vole in the house. That's right. We had a vole in the house. A week ago today, the day that we're recording this, which is Thursday, July 31st. A week ago today, it was 7 a.m. I was rushing out the door to go pick up the knitting celebrities. If you're not familiar, I have a little gaggle of friends who live in Chicago and are famous knitwear designers. And they were coming to visit me. I was running out the door to drive to the airport to get them when I see a little creature scamper across the floor of the TV room and go into the bathroom and then run around the bathroom in little circles. And then, while Barry watched, by the way, and did nothing, and then it ran underneath the clawfoot tub and disappeared. And so I said, "Oh, what do I do about that?" And then I stood there for a while trying to figure out what you do about a loose vole in the house, and couldn't come up with anything. So I left. The vole continued to make appearances, and I say vole because it wasn't a mouse. It was smaller. It was darker. When you see a mouse, you know it's a mouse. And this looked like a little Tootsie Roll with a tail, you know?
Cute. Yeah.
It was really cute. And it was slower than a mouse. It was like the size of a toe. And it would come out and say hi to us periodically. It would creep around the corner. It would just poke its little face out to see what was up. And then it would disappear again. So I was like, I can't kill this vole. I love this vole.
That's my main man vole.
That's my main man mayonnaise vole. So I was influenced actually by, I follow this like mouse rehabber. I'll put her in the show notes. And she is constantly live trapping mice and setting them free.
Yeah.
Or if they are pregnant, she'll be like, this mouse was pregnant. Or if she catches them in the dead of winter, then she overwinters them in her house in little boxes, and she lets the mice like have birth their babies, and then she takes them out into the woodland and sets them free in like little mouse villages, and she leaves them some nuts and seeds.
Mice we like for the ecology, because not like rats. Rats are bad.
Well,
but we like I don't. Yes, don't they give plague? What's mice?
Yeah, they give plague, but not anymore lately as much. Okay, here's the thing. You just don't want them in your house because you don't want them shitting in your food.
No, I don't.
But they are cute and they're social and they have little brains. And so I am struggling with, why is any animal doomed to die by my hand?
No, to be clear, I would not want to put any sort of homicidal trap in my house for a mouse. Bugs, that's a separate issue.
Right.
I'm just wondering why all of the rigmarole to put the mouse outside. They must be good for something that I'm just not aware of.
Yeah, probably their job is to be prey.
To be eaten. But that's still better than dying an inglorious death underneath a clawfoot tub.
Exactly. And that's, it's not, that's not me playing God, you know?
Correct. That's none of your business.
God playing God.
Correct. That's that osprey's talon.
Exactly. So I was influenced by this influencer who's always like, get these little plastic live traps and then set them free. And so I was like, all right. So I got some of those traps, set them around the house, and then lo and behold, it took maybe 12 hours, but then I was just playing the little Baldur's Gate 3 and all of a sudden I heard a frantic scrabbling. I look over there. We got a vole. We got a vole in the vole trap. And, there was also much discussion about whether there was one vole, because we were seeing quote unquote, the vole in far flung corners of the house.
Meanwhile, one vole absolutely has an alibi and was not.
Yeah. So,
in the hot tub.
Yes. So, unclear whether or not there's multiple voles, TBD. The traps are still out, but we did catch a vole. And Meagan, if this wasn't the cutest little guy you ever saw in your life, first of all, he had a long, or she had a long, or they, a long wiggly snoot. Oh, that it would stick through the air holes in the little trap and go squeaky wink wink. Yeah, like wiggle around. So cute. I picked a spot over in there. There's this little thicket which has blackberry bushes, so it could have some berries, and it had places to hide from the eagles and hawks. And then I took some sunflower seeds, and I found a big leaf, and I poured sunflower seeds on it like a plate. Oh. And then we set the vole free next to its dinner of sunflower seeds, and we felt fulfilled and happy.
Nice.
But Meagan, that's not all.
What?
What? Plot twist. This vole was a shrew.
Oh shit.
Meagan, when I tell you this vole was a shrew, I ain't lying. What? Yeah. And because we look up a vole and I'm like, oh, that's not the guy. That's not the guy
at all.
No, the vole is kind of big and kind of looks like a hamster or gerbil, and is very cute. And
they're saying mostly British.
Mostly British, I think. Yeah. They're mostly hanging out at Redwall Castle or monastery, whatever it is.
Sure.
Anyway, so we determined that this was a shrew, most likely a masked shrew.
Right. Well, when you said long snoot, I was like, it's giving shrew.
So the name for now is still Malvolio because we haven't received any alternatives yet. But
somebody did write in to say, how about Tom Cruise, which is not a pun. It's just kind of funny. So something to think about.
One of the knitting celebrities suggested, oh no, it was my mom that suggested that we name the shrew Killer. So maybe that should be the shrew's name, Killer. Yeah. The place where we released the shrew in this bramble bush, it was right next to this part of the yard where the water table's really high. It gets really marshy. And in the wintertime, it kind of turns into a little wetland swamp. And then Jessi May Martinson, one of the knitting celebrities, said, oh my God, actually, not that long ago, I watched a documentary about shrews, which, first of all,
okay,
sure.
Absolutely.
And she said that the shrew is also known as the cheetah of the wetlands.
What?
And apparently they live in the wetlands and they zoom around at top speeds.
Wow.
And we set Killer free in the wetlands before we even had identified her as a shrew and knew that she was the cheetah of the wetlands.
So happy for them.
Yeah. So
I hope they live a long, beautiful life.
I hope so too. And may the rest of our shrew traps stay empty.
Yes. Agree.
And may no hawk ever munch that shrew. And I think their lifespan, it said like 18 months to 2 years. So
yeah. So Killer is fine for now.
Godspeed, Killer.
You have a good one. You have a good one.
Top of the morning to ya.
God. I didn't prepare a tiding. I don't know.
Great. All right. Bye.
Bye. I sort of have one, but it's more of a Whatcha Watchin. Oh boy. I'll tell you what I've been watching. It's a little program, which is, by the way, spelled PROGRAM. Oh. M.
Oh.
E. That's how it's spelled in England. Basically, we took this break, which meant I could fully immerse myself in the slop. Yeah. And I had been wanting to watch a program that calls itself Taskmaster for some time. It was recommended to me by a friend of the show, Brian, and he's been telling me to watch it for forever. And I just, when your neurons misfire, sometimes your neurons are telling you, you can't watch the show yet. It's not time. And then one day you wake up and your brain says, go ahead. This is your moment. And so I turned on Taskmaster. I started with the most recent season and I've been working my way backwards. Yeah. Never a more delightful show
That's what I've heard.
Has come across these eyeballs than Taskmaster. Some seasons are better than others, but it's one of those rare shows that even the seasons where maybe the cast isn't, I don't even want to say not fun. I mean, every cast is great in their own way, but there are just some seasons where the cast gels together in ways that are just pure.
I love that.
British magic. And so those are like the best ones, but it's worth watching every season I have found so far. And it's like no stakes.
Great.
Joke show. And it's
great.
Fantastic. Can I just say the only thing I don't like about it is that it's so good that I have to pay attention to it.
Oh, Lord.
So it's actually not a good slop show. It's an actually good show.
Yeah.
So there's been a couple times where I fell asleep watching it. Not the fault of Taskmaster, by the way. It is the fault of me. And I was annoyed and I had to go back and watch the episodes I fell asleep during, so it's very decidedly not a slop show. You have to pay attention because there's audio jokes that are being spoken out of the mouth, and there are visual japes that you have to see in order to get the full joke. I can't recommend it enough. Basically, it's all just like British comedians who come on the show and they like are given tasks by the Taskmaster, and the Taskmaster's assistant kind of like oversees the doing of the tasks. And it's like, you know what's so interesting about this show is that there's no reason why I should like it, because there's a lot of wordplay, there's a lot of puns. I should hate it. I should hate it, really. There's like a lot of, part of, like, they get the task and the task will be like, build a tower in, fastest wins or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes if you get creative with your interpretation of the task, like if you take it literally instead of, or maybe you don't, whatever, the Taskmaster may reward you for your creative thinking. So that's where like the fun comes into to play.
I feel like you're doing a little journey of self-discovery in the direction of Puntopia, the lost city of Punlantis. And that's going to be your new home.
Like there was one that was like, record the largest number you can on top of this item. I can't remember. And everyone just tried to write a very big number on it.
Yeah.
And one person sat on it and said a gazillion trillion. And that person won because
that's really good.
Yeah. So it's like stuff like that. I mean, I'm not describing that exactly how it happened, but you get the idea.
I get it. I love it. I love it.
And it's great. I don't understand half the references because they'll be like, oh, my item has to do with MP Jacob Reese Ma. I mean, who the fuck is that? I don't know. I looked them up. He's apparently like the British Marjorie Taylor Greene. So I was like, okay, endorse, continue. But you don't have to. Just the way they say it is fucking funny.
Oh, like, I agree. I feel like I actually love not getting the reference.
It's great. I'm like, okay.
Which is why, like, often when I write a new book, or even when I would write an article, sometimes the editor would try to make me like explain a reference, and I think we've talked about this before. I love leaving like an Easter egg for the audience, the reader, to figure out if they aren't already familiar. It's fun. And I like it. I like it when a British person says, oh, you look like Niles off of Fools and Horses. And then I have to be like, okay, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is Niles?
You look like the pub landlord from Foxtown.
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but I'm laughing.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
So
basically, like these archetypes of the different types of contestants have started to emerge over the seasons that I've watched. There's always like overly confident chaos agent. So like the most recent one was Jason Mantzoukas, who, by the way, loves the show so much. I guess he paid his own way to fly to London to be on it. And he's like one of the first American contestants. There was one other American, but she's based in London.
Hey, for the record, Taskmaster, Megan and I would also pay our own way to come be on Taskmaster. If you're listening, Taskmaster
or little Alex Horn, I'm available to engage with your weird little tasks. There's like an older guy who has no idea what's going on.
Right.
And there's two versions of older guy that doesn't know what's going on. Older guy who doesn't know what's going on, parentheses, just happy to be there. Older guy who doesn't know what's going on, parentheses, affably exasperated by the proceedings.
Yeah.
/ furious that he got talked into this.
Yes.
And so like the best guy of that category is this guy, Julian Clary, who he refers to himself as a renowned homosexual. And he is, you have to watch, if you are hearing my voice, you have to watch his season. Everything he says is a gem, is a diamond from heaven. He's so funny and he hates being there, but like hates in the most pleasant possible way. But he's just like, this is silly and I don't like it. Like he's just an incredible person. So there's like the chaos agent, the overly confident chaos agent, the overly confident bad at this. Yep. There's I don't know what's going on, but I'm just happy to be here. I don't know what's going on. I hate
and
being
I'm mad
here,
about it.
And I'm mad about it. And then they'll be like, often it is a woman contestant who's like hyper focused on getting it right. Like I'm not doing wordplay. I'm not doing hyper literalism. I'm not being pedantic with the clue. I'm getting this task done. And so like Sue Perkins falls into that category. She's like very committed to doing the task, doing it properly, and fastest wins. So she will be the fastest.
Right.
And those people never win. It's amazing. Oh, it's amazing.
I mean,
so
that's like
great.
That's like the people who go on alone and they're like, I'm a master big game hunter. I'm going to freaking own this competition. And then immediately they like get a bug bite and then they're so hungry and they lie down and then they leave. Like
it's like that guy who left after one day because it was raining. Yeah. It was so amazing because he just was like, the ancestors are telling me to go. And I was like, absolutely. Yeah.
You know what? Fair enough. They should, as they should, because it's an insane thing to do for no reason.
That's what I would say to my descendants as well.
Yep.
So anyway, that's my tiding, is that I mostly just became a pile of slime on my couch.
It's a tiding and it's a Whatcha Watchin.
And it's a Whatcha Watchin.
And
I feel like 97% of our listeners watch Taskmaster.
Yeah.
So please write in and tell me your favorite seasons. I'm just working backwards from season 19 and I'm having a gas. Well, with that, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. You're going to hear foreign voices you don't know of, and they belong to Liz Feldman and Jessi Klein. So get excited.
Get in a huddle, clutch each other tight, and jump up and down gaily.
Gaily, if you please. Thank you. Welcome back, Text Me Back-alites. I'm so excited. We're both so excited. We almost never have guests, so it's always such a event when we have guests on the show. We're so excited for these two in particular, and I'm going to introduce them now. Our first guest is Liz Feldman. Over the course of her career, she has won many awards. She's carved a space for diverse voices and developed her own niche genre, the Traumedy, which blends Black comedy. And that's just life now, you know? Yeah. I'm glad you coined a phrase for it. Heartfelt drama that plumbs the darker emotional depths of the human experience. Liz is the creator and executive producer of the acclaimed Emmy-nominated Netflix series Dead to Me, which I watched. It was really good. Netflix has recently released No Good Deed. So good. And in 2025, you'll never guess, Liz launched her own podcast alongside our second guest.
What?
Who goes by the name of Jessi Klein. And it's called Here to Make Friends. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, we're just like, we should have guests. And then these two guys showed up and they're like, guess what? Oh my God. Liz? Jessi?
What?
My podcast co-host? Jessi Klein is a 2-time New York Times bestselling author, Emmy and Peabody award-winning television writer, producer, and creator.
Stop it.
Currently an actor. Ooh, actor. That's exciting. And consulting producer on the hit Netflix show Big Mouth. That's what you have in your bio, Jessi.
Okay, cool. I did act on that show. Okay. I did act on that show.
Also wrote on Netflix's Dead to Me. That's how you guys met. No?
I mean,
that's right.
Blessed.
That's right. Cute.
Hashtag blessed.
And she's also the co-host of Here to Make Friends. It's just such a beautiful moment. It's Liz Feldman, it's Jessi Klein, and they are two best friends coming on the Ultimate Best Friend podcast, Text Me Back podcast.
Well, we can't say that ours is the ultimate.
Can't say that. No, we can't. No, I'm sorry. A co-equally good.
Yes,
I'm
equally ultimate. friendship podcast.
I'm not in a scarcity mindset. I'm going to say that
That's nice.
there can be more than one incredible best friend podcast, and I'll just say I'm
that's
thrilled as hell to be here.
Thank you so much. It's Liz Feldman. It's Jessi Klein. It's Testing Back Podcast. Let's go.
Let's go. By the way, there's 8 billion people on the planet. There can be more than one best friend podcast.
That's right.
It's,
And today, 2 best friend podcasts have collided to create a double best friend podcast.
It's like the Hadron Collider. We have been collided.
It's so true. I always say there's not enough like women best friend content. There's like a lot of like buddy movies for men, but there's not the same type other than the traveling pants, which I am not here to cast aspersions upon.
No.
But look at us carving
us.
out opportunities for breast friend women.
Breast friends.
I did. And the podcast is over.
I will be mailing Jessi my pants later.
Yes.
I'm not leaving the house until they get here. I don't even care if you make it don't have to sign for delivery. I'm just going to be here to make sure they're received.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We thought that we would just force you to participate in our stupid podcast the way that it normally happens. We're not even doing anything out of the ordinary. We're going to do our 2 of our very famous regular segments that the people love. First, we're going to do a little segment called Normal News, which, by the way, listeners,
have a jingle.
Still doesn't have a jingle. So chop chop. And then we'll be doing a little Snake of the Week.
Snake of the Week.
Yes. Yeah,
Liz and
that's
Jessi,
fantastic.
one of our listeners made that for
Yeah.
us. Isn't it
That's
amazing?
Oh my
amazing.
God. It's so sexy. It's so sexy.
So sexy. It's so sexy.
It's like Snake Noir.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
But first, we're going to talk a little bit about the famous podcast Here to Make Friends.
So famous.
It's so famous.
So worldwide.
Can you guys tell us about your podcast? Tell us a little bit about what you're up to over there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Liz?
I mean, I would say, so Jessi and I met in the writer's room of Dead to Me, which is a show
True.
about women becoming friends in their 40s, and going through some pretty weird, dark times together. That some of it is by their own creation. But, and then we sort of found ourselves there in the writer's room in our 40s.
Art imitating life.
Life imitating art,
Life
imitating life,
art.
back away to the art. And we were like becoming friends in the writer's room. We didn't know each other before. We just knew of each other. And it was like a friend at first sight for me. I won't speak for you.
It was FAFS, friend at first sight. It was
Friend at first
FAFS
sight.
for both of
It was
us.
fast.
Yeah. That's what we say about our friendship also. It was really like best friendship at first sight. It was like we went to high school together, but we didn't meet until like senior year. And we were just in the high school gym, I think, registering for classes. Lindy said something funny and I was like, locked in.
Locked in. Where
That's
have you been all my life?
Best friend right there.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like people don't talk about friendship at first sight enough,
It's a real thing. It's
real
also it's because she was also funny at first sight, and I think funny for me is my friendship love language.
Yeah.
Same.
She reeled you right on in. Yeah.
If someone's funny within like 20 square miles of me, I'm like, don't let this unicorn get away. Like, you have to seize on these funny ladies.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love a funny lady.
You got to catch them, throw a bridle on them, tie them up.
Catch them, neuter, spay, put them here, but don't release.
We also we had some sort of weird things in common. We're from the same place. We're both from New York City. We're both Jewesses, and we're raised sort of similarly in this urban sort of deathscape. And
Deathscape.
Death escape is really more what it is.
Okay.
We weren't allowed to play outside, is what I'm
We've
trying to say.
gone in depth. Yes.
But really, we're both friendship nerds. Like, we just like to talk about it. We like to analyze it. We like to make it. And so thus a podcast was born.
Thus a podcast was born. And basically the entire thing is ultimately a long con because we're just asking people onto the pod who we would like to either become better friends with or become friends with in the first place. And so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a trap.
Yeah,
But like not a threatening bad kind of trap, like
No,
a really
no,
nice
no.
trap.
Can I ask, has it worked? Because I often consider the same kind of trap using that kind of a technique, except that when we do have a guest on the podcast who I don't already kind of know or have a rapport with, I become weird and off-putting.
Stop.
I don't know if you've noticed anything
These are
like that
lies.
since
This
I
is
hit record.
This is fake news.
I know
That's
you.
not true.
But I know you.
We
I
do
feel
know each
like
other.
if there's like anytime, or even in real life, if there's someone where I'm like, I want to impress them, I'm immediately a disaster.
I mean, I fully understand, of course.
Yeah.
So
Same.
I'm curious, have you managed to make any new friends via the scam of your podcast?
We actually have.
Yes, we have.
We
Yes.
actually have. And I would say,
Wow.
like, there's not a single person that we've had on that we wouldn't. I mean, everyone who we've entrapped, we wanted to trap, and it has come
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
That,
We've
like,
got- yeah.
We haven't had any regrets.
So that's
that's
100% charm offensive success rate.
I mean, I don't know that I would say like everyone is as charmed. I'll leave Liz out of it and say like as charmed by me as I have been charmed by them. But I feel like we've at least left, Liz, tell me if you've in good standing.
I think
good.
we have, I think at the very least, we've created now a cavalcade of people that if we ran into them at a party, we would be able to achieve what I would call a mutual glom.
Yeah.
Yes. As we discussed with a guest who we became friends with, the delightful Allison
Allie
Bree,
Bree.
where we talked about how all you want at a party is someone where you feel like you can be safe to do a
Yes.
mutual glom, as in you're like, oh, who do I know at this party where I can anchor in and stop having to like find a safe space? And you see a person who you like have acknowledged as like a friend, and you're like, I'm not glomming, you're not like we know this is a mutual
Yes.
glom, and we're both happy to be
Yes.
here.
Can I ask that reminds me of a question I've always had that's about friendship. This is a Hollywood insider question, as two high-powered Hollywood insiders. 40 under 40.
God. 70 over 90.
I always wonder
To approaching 50?
I always wonder how friendship works in Hollywood, where it's like, because you're working with people in these sort of intimate ways, and especially if you're like publicly known and famous, you're in this like strange class of people. Every time I've been around celebrities, they all act like they're best friends with each other, and they're like, "Hi, oh my god!" And I'm like, "There's no way all of these people are actually friends with each other."
I have this same question.
How do you decide which people you like promote to actual friend, where they like come over to your house, and which
Yeah.
people have the appearance of friendship that you glom with? Not that Alex Bree isn't your real friend, but I'm so curious about how you sort through people when everyone wants to be your friend, and so you like pick anyone.
Yeah,
don't know.
I mean, I would just say I completely understand and have the same question. Obviously, as a non-famous, non-celebrity person, I have always wondered too, when every celebrity feels like, oh, I'm kind of automatically able to be friends with everyone at my level of fame.
Yes.
How do you then filter, sort, and assess?
Yeah. I think it's maybe just like a recognition, of sameness, but not necessarily like true intimacy.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, because I mean, your podcast is a lot about making friends as you get older. And, Lindy and I have been friends since high school, but like
Love
our
this.
friendship has changed a great deal over the 25 years that we've known each other. On the one hand, I think our friendship is very easy because it's just like we could, for whatever reason, not speak to each other for a month, and then we could pick up really where we left off without a lot of
Hoo-ha.
backfill.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
But also, I think we realized over the course of our friendship that we don't like that, actually. I don't want to not talk to you because we get busy for like a month, and then it's easy to get back into the friendship. But didn't that feel kind of bad to not speak for like a month? So it's kind of interesting because when you make new friends, we're both 43. When you make new friends in your 40s or 30s or whatever, even in your 20s, you come at them differently than these long-term friendships that you have. Either way, you have to like assess as they mature. But
Yes.
I'm very curious, like, at what your assessment is of like making friends as an old, I don't want to be like, for old women. What's it like making friends?
I am on this
versus
boat.
like your longer term friendships. Like, how are those different?
Like a really good question.
It's a really good question.
I feel like, one thing, and I feel like we have sort of lightly discussed this on the pod. I feel like at this age where especially a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people I meet also have children.
Yeah. That makes
A
it
lot
hard.
of what I am doing, because I'm like you, Megan, I'm like, I don't like too much time to go by. Like,
Yeah.
I think Liz and we've also figured out that I am like, I think the more sensitive, needy person, and Liz is a little more sort of fully realized, independent human being.
It's generous, but thank you.
I do feel like I'm always kind of anxiously trying to, and I love that we've leaned into the word assess. Like, how much time does this new person have for me? I don't want to just because as you become an adult, you are generally busier, especially if there is a child in the mix, although you can be busy without a child. So I don't know. It's something that I'm kind of always trying to scan for is like, with what regularity does this person want to be in touch?
Well, yeah.
Because you want those energies to match. You want to match energy if you can.
I think that there has to be an ease in friendship at, when you're beginning it in middle age, because you do have all these other demands. You either have a spouse or you have a child or you have a job. You have other things that you have built your life around.
Or you just like space.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
honestly.
or you're just like a super independent person. So like for me, I have found that the friends that I've made in my 40s that have really stuck and sort of been the most impactful are the ones who, sort of honestly don't require like a ton from me in terms of energy and time. But when we spend our time and give each other energy, it is incredibly full.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think that's the trick, right? You're giving each other energy. There's not too much taking from one person from the other or something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was so beautiful. And but now I
I
think
honestly love that we're talking about this.
I know, me too. Me too.
I want to say one other thing, like, because I actually, while you were talking, I was like, oh, wait, this has reframed something for me, which is that same question about how do celebrities decide who's their friend. I kind of have that same question about myself. Because I'm like, because I have
Lindy, I feel like you are a celebrity.
She's like
Lindy,
medium
you had
celebrity.
an entire television show.
Yeah. I feel like
based on your life that was highly acclaimed, beloved, and celebrated. I will say by me.
That's what I heard.
so you're you're a very recognized writer whom I know and have read, and
we're just
not
saying.
Pretend.
Let's not do this kabuki.
Yeah, look at this coy fish.
I'm famous. Oh no. Okay, but listen.
Sorry, Lindy, we just attacked you, but with so much with love.
If I'm famous, then Jessi Klein also is famous.
Very
I
true.
disagree.
Very similar
She's famous to me.
I was at Jessi Klein's Comedy Central taping.
Oh,
I don't know if you know that, but I was there.
Lindy, I was stuck doing a side-by-side reading with you at a place in LA where I would say 99.9% of the crowd was there frothing for Lindy. Okay. And then one person was like, is Jessi Klein also here?
No,
but also it was one of the greatest nights of my life. It was so fun.
That's because I cultivate a disordered parasocial cult-like relationship with my people.
And that's
it's
the text
working,
me
honey.
back guarantee.
That's the text me back
guarantee.
Maybe I'll say as a celebrity.
Go for it.
But I also have this like personal, this part of my personality, which is that I kind of like everyone, and so and I'm nice to everyone, and I can see the potential in almost everyone, and so like it's very easy for me to be
beautiful.
like kind of, except that means that every person I meet, I'm like, yeah, I could have lunch with that person, and then I start to be like. I can't have lunch with anyone. Like, there's too many of them.
There's
And, like,
only so many lunches left in my life.
I mean, if you're eating one lunch a day, yeah, you've got to like, how are we going to fit in all these potentially great lunches?
Potentially only 40 more years of lunch if you think about it.
Plus, it's a slippery slope. They're not happy with just one lunch. They want to, after you have the lunch, they want to see you again. And then again. And then it's friendship.
Nightmare.
And it's like there are people who are incredible friend candidates, 20 out of 10.
Friend candidates.
And if I say I was 25 and I moved to a new town, holy shit, this would be a blockbuster meetup.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't know, man. I live in the woods. I just already don't see all of my people. And so I constantly struggle. Like, who do I pick?
Well, it becomes
not to brag.
natural. It does become a natural selection.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Like, not
Are we
to be
talking
so.
about Darwin right now?
That's correct. He was mainly talking about making friends in your 40s. That was his whole thing.
That's why he went to the Galapagos. All these turtles are my best friend.
Well, as a wise woman once sang, you need someone who's going to match your freak.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll
Charles Darwin.
As
what he
Charles
said.
Darwin once
That's
said,
right.
you need to find someone who's going to match your freak.
That's what he told
That's
those turtles, and they said,
That's what he told the turtles and the dodos.
right.
All right.
Yep.
Well, speaking of turtles, Lindy has brought in some stories about snakes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Which gives us the opportunity to once again play the theme song, the jingle.
Snake of the week.
Okay.
So yeah, Lindy's going to tell you about 3 snakes she discovered in the news / on an Instagram reel. And then we will allow our guests to vote on which is the best snake of the week.
Oh my God.
I'm
I'm both excited and scared. There's nothing more terrifying to me than a snake. And that's why I obviously have to read the stories about them.
Yes.
My 2-year-old daughter is really into snakes, and so
Good.
I'm listening on her behalf. Really.
Okay.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So I have brought you 3 snake stories of the week, and in no particular order. Parentheses, my favorite one is last. I will tell them to you now.
You're like parentheses size order.
Okay. Got it.
Well, if you know what? If you want to go in size order, then story number 1 is definitely this one from sciencealert.com.
Yes.
A real website.
Yes, of course.
World's smallest snake rediscovered after vanishing for decades.
Lindy, if you think I haven't read this story, have I got news? Have I got snake news for you? Go on.
Well, no, Jessi, what's your impression of this tiny vanishing snake?
It's the only kind of snake for me. A tiny, 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 tiny snake that's the size of a small worm. That's the only snake I'll accept.
Could be mistaken for a worm, which is maybe, they're like casting aspersions upon this tiny snake, implying that the snake went into hiding, faked its own death, has been pulling some kind of a con upon the world.
Gone girl. Gone snake.
Meanwhile, the snake just got mistaken for a worm due to being too small.
What's the hypothesis about where it disappeared to?
Great question, Megan. Thank you. Snake so small it could be mistaken for a worm has been spotted in Barbados. So also, I love that someone spotted it. I like
spotted canoodling with another tiny worm.
Was this on Dumois?
Anon, please.
If
but I've seen the tiny worm snake.
If you are a tiny, tiny snake and you have basically made yourself invisible, I'm calling that a snake who knows how to behave. That's the best snake.
That's right.
Let the snake interbreed with all the other snakes, and then, like, as with, like, mini poodles, like, just make all the other snakes smaller and smaller and smaller.
Every snake becomes
I'm
a
going to write into Dumois and just say, Anon, please.
Please.
2018, make out with tiny snake on the island of Curacao.
That's
7 out of 10. Very sloppy. Very sloppy.
So let me tell you, this snake has been missing, quote unquote, gone girl, for 2 decades. The snake was hiding.
Oh, I love it.
Or too small to see. It's called the Barbados thread snake. And you are not going to guess. You would never guess where it was found. hiding under
Where?
a rock. It was hiding under a rock
Oh,
in Barbados.
Nobody thought to look underneath a rock for
No.
the
I
tiny
love it.
snake.
How do they
Oh,
know it's
man.
the same snake?
It's the same. It's Jerry the thread snake. They couldn't. His wife called it in. She couldn't find him. 2 decades.
Oh my God.
He started a new family.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and then there's an incredible quote here from the scientist, I guess, who found Jerry, whose name is Connor Blades.
oh yes, Connor Blades.
Whoa. Connor Blades said, Barbados thread snakes are blind snakes, so they're very cryptic. Okay, Connor Blades.
Okay, Connor Blades, why don't you go back to porn? Because obviously that's where you came from.
Oh, it says actually that Connor Blades helped make the finding. So it took multiple guys to find this snake.
To like knock
I
over
mean-
a rock.
Did they tag the snake? I'm really concerned this is not the same snake.
A tiny tag, like a little gift tag.
The
he said
tiniest little air tag you've ever
Yeah,
seen.
like a little, you know,
Yeah.
like how they tag like falcons. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then Connor says, they're quite rare also, it seems. I mean, I guess whatever. Maybe that's showing some humility that he knows it might be his problem that he can't find
that he
the
couldn't find
tiny
it.
blind snake. He says there have only been a handful of confirmed sightings since 1889, so there are not many people who have ever seen it, unfortunately. Now, okay, are we sure that this isn't just a baby snake?
Or a worm.
Ooh.
Or a worm.
I think Connor Blade. I don't know if I trust
Has anyone
a
Google imaged
herpetologist
Connor
by the name of
Blades?
Connor Blade.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing
Do
it.
it. I put everything on airplane mode or whatever so I wouldn't be disturbed, but I feel like we need to see Connor Blades. Hold on.
Oh my God. Okay.
And if there's more than one, I don't want to live on this earth.
I'm sorry. I need to read you more of this information because then Connor says, when you are so accustomed to looking for things and you don't see them, you are shocked when you actually find it. The breakthrough came after more than a year of searching as Connor and his friend Justin upturned rocks trapped beneath a tree root. The tiny snake, which was found alongside an earthworm, parentheses, its wife. Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
And his friend Justin.
I mean, now
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe Connor Blades is not from porn, but Connor Blades is in 3rd grade.
This was just Connor and Justin went out at recess
Yeah. Yeah.
and they
Or
flipped
like,
over a rock.
They asked their moms if they could play outside. And
Yep.
Okay, so that's our first candidate.
That's our first candidate for snake of the week.
Okay.
Second candidate for snake of the week is and I say of the week figuratively because this is from December, and this is in People magazine, which is a real magazine.
This is real. This is
That's a real
news story.
magazine. That's a news source.
Texas woman bit by snake while sitting on the toilet, but it didn't stop her from going to church. Hours later, Marie
Jessi has gone away.
I'm
Jessi has dissociated.
dissociating. Do you know that this is my actual number one fear is a snake biting me from under
Really,
the toilet?
anything in the toilet that you're not
Like-
expecting to be there
Yeah.
is real spooky.
Yeah.
Well, you know
We
what?
don't
If
love
it was
that.
like, oh, it's a labradoodle's in the toilet, I'd be like, great.
Great.
But a snake emerging from the toilet and biting my pussy is
Terrifying.
honestly like, I swear to God, it is one. I'm going to say it might be tied for my number one fear.
I think
Yeah.
it is because I know you've spoken of it before.
Yeah, what's it tied with? For most scary.
Wow.
Like an even bigger snake does.
All right. So this slimy
But also, do you know
pervert.
that this is why I don't sleep naked too? Like I have to wear underwear at night.
Just
I have
in
to
case
wear-
a snake crawls into your bed and bites your
I
puss?
correct.
Smart.
Correct.
You should get those metal panties like in Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Men in Tights.
Little chastity device.
By the way, one of my
yeah.
favorite movies. Come on.
One of the best. Okay, so a Texas woman named Maria James says that a very scary situation, quote, recently took place in her bathroom involving a perverted reptile. It doesn't say if she was going number 1 or number 2, but she sat down in the dark to use the bathroom. She says, I felt a little poke on my leg. And I said, something happened. My husband left some. Her first thought was that my husband left something on the toilet. A snake's fang? You thought your husband left a snake's?
I'm honestly gonna crawl out of my skin right now.
I'm so sorry.
Right now, I'm feeling like this snake is not going to be our winner. People don't like its behavior.
No.
After she alerted her husband about the snake, he placed a wire on a vent on the roof to prevent any other unwelcome guests from making surprise appearances near the toilet.
How is the roof connected to the toilet?
No, it's unclear.
Is her husband named Connor Blaze? This person is displaying as like a counterintuitive, a bad understanding of snakes. What?
Okay, if this makes you feel any better, what?
Well, I just am confused because if the snake is in the toilet, what does it have to do with the roof?
Exactly. What are you going on the roof for?
Didn't that motherfucker come up through the pipes?
What if the snake? What if he came in through the roof, but he was so thirsty because he just ran a marathon for charity?
I hadn't thought of that.
Wow. Yeah. He said, in 25 years of pest control, I have never, ever dealt with this before or had anybody that I know of deal with it. He said, I think it's more of an urban legend most of the time, but apparently it can happen to this lady.
Guess what? Mr. Pest Control dude, honey, you're wrong because I've read about this happening multiple times over the years. It's not an urban legend. It obviously freaking happens.
I mean, I guess of all the snakes to bite you in your cooter while you're going to the bathroom, this is a good one because she was able to go to church after.
But you don't know what shape she was in.
No.
You don't know how she got there.
Did she have to bring a donut to sit on the pews?
No, is this like a riddle where it's like she went to church because she was in a coffin because she killed herself? Because you can't live with the memory of having been bitten in your vag while you're
that's something
on
to
the
think
toilet.
about.
Maybe that's what happened to Indiana Jones.
And that's why he hates him.
He
got
hates
bit.
snakes.
Or
Famously.
his mom's butt got bit by him.
Famously hates
while he was
snakes.
being born. In conclusion, down in the comments, Mitzi says, a black rat snake? Heart emoji? How come this never happens to me? I love rat snakes. They're not venomous, FYI, and they have teeny tiny teeth that don't hurt. Okay, Mitzi.
Well, I think Maria James would beg to differ.
Yeah, she thought her husband left a knife on the toilet seat.
My
I think
God.
that Mitzi has not been touched in a long time.
No. No.
Why does this never happen to me?
I know. I feel like she's really putting her energy in the wrong
Very
species.
strange.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitzi, get on the now.
Our third candidate, Lindy?
Our third candidate, you're not going to believe this one. Watch till the end for crazy reveal. Okay, this comes from a website called theindependent.com/Asia/India.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, right? Always got the best stuff.
I have so much to say about this. Go on.
Quote, killed on the spot, colon, toddler. You're like, oh no. Killed on the spot, colon, toddler. No. Toddler bites cobra to death. After it coiled around his hands.
Wow.
That's right.
That's toddler of the week. I'll tell you that.
I was going to say.
Toddler of the week.
Yeah.
Toddler of the week. This guy wins for sure.
Definitely.
I just want to say that I did, not to brag, but I was on, I flew to New York and flew back. And so this might be why I'm so up to date on my snake news.
Yeah, I mean, you are shockingly up to date on snake news.
Yeah. I think it's also my algorithm is set a certain way. Yes, I read this story about this child in, it's India, right?
Yep.
In India, who a cobra was basically like getting ready to attack. And then the child bites the cobra. And they don't do a very good job of explaining why it dies on the spot unless that toddler bit clean through.
I mean, does a toddler, this boy is only 1 year old. Does he even have teeth? You guys have little kids.
He could have teeth. Yeah, he could have some teeth.
They
he could have a couple
teeth,
of teeth.
and they are surprisingly strong. But
yeah.
no, I'm jumping the story. But
No, this is what I want.
Can I just jump a little?
Yeah. Oh, please.
Because there was a fact that I want to say I have this number. I'm sorry. I can't believe I knew all the snake stories.
You knew 2 out of 3 snake stories.
I knew 2 out of 3 snake stories.
Oh, I hate snakes more than anyone in the world. I am the last person who should do this
No,
segment.
this is like the masochism of it is like, I'm like fingers over eyes for all of these. But in that article, they go on to say that so snake bite deaths in India are like a real thing. And I believe what was revealed in the article is that like over the last 10 years, do I have this right? 1 million? No, it's either like 1 million or 100,000 people have died of snake bites. Do I have this?
I mean, there's 1 billion people in India.
Yeah, but how?
Yeah,
But
but
there's
still.
so many people dying of snake bites,
It
Liz.
says
They don't make an antidote for this?
They do.
Wait,
but
what
I
does
think
it say, Lindy? What does it say?
it says the country recorded over 1 million
Yes.
snake bite deaths
Snake bite deaths.
from 2000 to 2019.
Okay, so
Okay,
I
okay,
read this.
all right.
I read
mean-
this, and I was like, I will never. That is an insane number of people dying from snake bite deaths. How much
Yeah.
are snakes infiltrating human areas?
A lot, probably.
Lethally poisonous snake.
I'm going to counter argue how many humans are invading snake territory.
Liz,
Exactly.
you know what? Get out of here. What are
Liz
you
has
doing
been
right
taken
now?
in by Big Snake.
Let me
She's
tell you
lobbying
something.
for the Big Snake lobby.
I just think snakes get a bad rap
Oh my
just
god!
because they've killed over 1 million people in the last.
Over 1 million people.
It's a lot of
That is
people.
That's a lot of people.
insane. I had
don't-
to close my laptop on the plane and order my 5th drink because I was so shook.
I want to reframe. I don't think that we need to blame the snakes. I think we can blame the human institutions that refuse to help the humans who have been bitten by the snakes. We don't have a better anti-venom distribution
right.
system.
That's
and
right.
also we are encroaching upon the snake kingdom all the time.
For the record, it's about 52,000 snake deaths per year on average.
That is
over the course of 19
insane.
years.
It's a lot.
That is
Like a lot.
That's a lot.
insane, Liz.
just
Just
saying-
acknowledge that's a lot.
It's a lot, but I'm just saying that like snakes have rights too.
Oh my God. I am literally getting off of Riverside right now. I will not. I will not with this.
I want to say I'm not to clarify my position so I don't get canceled. I'm not in favor. I don't condone snakes killing 1 million people. But
1 million people.
I'm
a lot
just
of people.
saying. I'm saying that I blame human mismanagement of the snake problem. Okay, that's all. That's all I'm saying. Take care of your people. Don't let your people get bit up like this, or teach all of them to bite the snakes to death, like
Something to think about.
Govinda did.
Yeah.
So Govinda, I just want to tell you a couple of really good quotes from this article, which is that Govinda is 1 year old. He was playing. His grandmother said, when we saw the snake in the child's hands, everyone rushed towards him. But in the meantime, he already bit the snake, killing it on the spot. Then Govinda fainted. He was rushed to the hospital by family members after he fainted, soon after chewing on the live snake.
Chewing.
God. And then it says that he was knocked unconscious because he did ingest some of the venom.
Yeah, I
But
did.
it was because due to the chewing. But he's fine. He's
Great.
He's stable and he is having treatment. Unlike the other 999,999 less lucky people.
Is there any reportage in the article about how I, Jessi Klein, am doing? Because I'm not okay.
There is an editor's note that has been
As an editor's note
appended.
that Jessi Klein is not okay
It actually says
as a result of this attack.
it says PSSSSSSSSS. And then it says
Oh, nice.
it says we're coming for you. Do you know?
Do you know anything about that, Jessi?
Oh
says-
my gosh, you
it
guys.
says-
I
Hope you don't have a toilet.
had so much to do today, and I have to tell you that I am now going to spend the rest of it under the blankets in my bed.
Liz and Jessi, to quote Jeff Probst, it is time to vote.
Yep.
Who of those three are your snake is your snake of the week.
Clearly the tiny snake.
Yeah, I was going to say obviously.
Worm
the tiny
snake.
Yeah,
I
worm
agree
snake.
that if this were a competition of toddler of the week, Govinda would have run away with
Govinda.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely number one. But if we're talking about a well-behaved, fucking acceptable snake of the week, it's fucking tiny snake.
Well, congratulations to Barbaden under the rock tiny snake.
Snake of the week.
Worm snake, you are this week's snake of the week.
Yeah, and you know what? Under the rock tiny snake won 100% of the vote, and that's a mandate, baby.
Yeah.
That's
So
Do whatever you
what we
want.
in the business call a mandate.
he can pass whatever law he wants. The people
right.
want it.
I just want to say that a tiny snake can way more easily come up through your toilet. Anyway.
Liz.
Now, Liz.
Okay,
Liz, what are you doing to me?
but
right
he's
now?
blind and cryptic, says Blades, so don't
So-
even worry about it. He can't see your butthole, let alone reach up and get it.
Yeah, he's fine.
I'm having everything sewn shut. Go on.
So for his first executive order, Barbados thread snake declares no more turning over rocks.
Yeah.
Illegal. Leave me
Illegal.
alone.
Illegal.
Sorry.
Yeah, leave him alone. He's the one good snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's Megan. And
Hang on.
that's
Hang on.
and
Hang on.
that's-
Hang on. Hang on.
And
Hang on.
that's
Hang on. Well, hold on. 1 second. Almost ready.
and that's
Keep vamping.
and that
Where the fuck is it? Oh my god. Oh, hey, sorry. No. And that's
Snake of the week.
okay.
I love it.
wow.
We're gonna take
Wow.
a little breaky break, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and we're just gonna keep harassing Liz and Jessi for like 5 to 8 more minutes.
Yep.
Love it.
With
Can't
and we're-
wait.
with another. Oh Lord, one of the scariest sentences in the English language. Lindy has brought a normal news that she would like to share with you. We don't have a jingle for it, but sometimes you go normal news like
That's
the
right.
BBC. So.
Yeah, that's canon.
Lindy,
Canon.
you
Now-
wanna further alienate our guests with some normal news?
Do I ever? Now, if you've been on a plane and looking at snake news, you may have also encountered this. I'm just going to assume that Jessi already knows about this, but
I bet I do.
it's a story out of Australia. It's about mental health, because that's a very important topic to all of us.
Sure.
And the story is that a lady named Jane, she was struggling with bipolar disorder, really having a hard time in her life, desperate for answers or, some kind of treatment plan, and nothing worked for her. She was really losing hope until she decided to try a DIY poop transplant.
Oh.
And so what she did was she took the poop from her non-bipolar husband.
Okay.
She blitzed it in the blender.
Oh.
She put it up her own poop tube. And then she's not bipolar anymore. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. She's not bipolar anymore.
I did not
have
know
to do
about
with
this.
friendship?
I did not know about that.
Because
Fair question.
it's an opportunity to reach a new level of intimacy with any friend.
Oh my god.
If you have a friend that you really admire and they have a trait that you wish you had, such as not being bipolar, now they can help you in a new way. It's like giving a kidney.
Look at
it's-
Jessi and Liz right now. Look what you've done to them.
I mean, here's what I'll say. I've heard of a poop transplant
Yes.
to reset your gut biome.
Yes.
That's a thing that people do, but I don't understand / believe that you can reset your entire brain chemistry.
Brain
with a
chemistry
poop
by-
transplant.
Okay, listen.
I don't
listen.
think I don't know if the neurons are connected to the butt in that way.
Well,
know?
I think your brain and your gut
Your
are
butt
connected.
and your brain are actually quite connected.
They're quite
See, now
connected.
you're Liz. Suddenly, maybe you're slowly getting up boards.
Uh-oh. Listen. In 2017-ish, I went to the Goop conference in
Oh,
Los
jealous.
Angeles.
Very
Right.
aware.
And Gwyneth was talking about how she had like one of her quack doctors on, and he on a panel with 3 other quack doctors, but they were talking. This doctor was like, he said he had a patient, and trigger warning, she was fat. She was a huge fat ass.
God,
Triggered.
Her sister,
outrageous.
God bless her, was thin.
Ugh.
The fat sister got a poop transplant from the thin sister.
What's happening?
What do you think happened? She became thin.
Wow.
So the
Is this a remake of Shallow Hal? What's happening? What is happening?
Gwyneth implied that if she gave you some of her poop and you put it up your butt, you would look like her, I guess. You would become thin like Gwyneth. So I'm just saying, I think that the implications are...
Liz's face.
The implications... Listen, this is a real article. And, okay, but although this is a suspicious detail. So,
You think
first of
that's
all-
the only one? Okay, sorry.
No, but
the rest of it is above board.
But listen to this suspicious. I gotta say, this raises a red flag for me. It says, as the blender blitzed and Jane Dudley prepared for a radical procedure, the concept of being at the forefront of a potentially revolutionary change in the treatment of bipolar disorder was far from her mind. Mostly, Jane was thinking about how revolted she was by what was about to happen. But months
By what was about to happen? She's doing it to herself.
Yeah.
No, well, listen to my red flag. It says, but months after her husband, Alex, a zoologist with a lifelong interest in ecology, first proposed the gross idea to Jane as a way of managing her crippling bipolar, she decided it was worth a try. So husband Alex introduced this idea.
He's got a little something going on in his neurons.
Has anyone ever seen Alex and Connor Blades in the same room?
No.
This says Connor Blades written all over it.
He really does.
You know what I'm getting from this whole story is this. It's a proverb from my community, which is you can't eat at everybody's house. You know what I mean? Because there's no way she sanitized that thing properly.
Well,
No.
Megan, I can tell you that there's now a picture of Alex preparing the
Lord.
Nope.
preparing
No.
the tools. I'm not.
No.
And it involves, there's been newspaper put down on the counter.
Oh.
And
Well, at least that.
and there's a basin. And then there's, I'm so sorry, like a strainer. He's pouring something through a
I don't want any of this.
So is this too gross? Do you want me to not tell you anything else about it? Let me just read you this right.
Can you tell me one thing?
Yep.
Does she throw the blender out?
Oh boy. I think she's still doing it. I think it's like an ongoing treatment.
It's her poop
This is why
blender.
I don't buy anything from Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Jane was at the end of her rope. She was suffering on such an epic scale, and that this was her last desperate act. And she hoped that it would, quote, take the edge off her mental illness, for which she had been hospitalized multiple times. And then it says, to Jane's astonishment, as the months went on, she began, quote, and don't tell me this isn't appealing to you, she began to feel joy for no reason. And then it says, she says, I started to have self-esteem for no reason.
All because of the poop.
I don't know if that's really self-esteem then.
Yeah.
You should know why.
For
Liz,
no reason.
I
And anyway,
agree.
medical experts warn that you shouldn't do your own poop transplant.
Yeah. Well,
Medical
thank you. I'm glad they
experts.
chimed in.
But anyway, I just want you all to know that this is an option. It was successful. She has not had a manic episode in like 6 years. And I really think that it's an opportunity to find someone you admire, get a hold of their poop, and then transform yourself into them from the inside out.
Well, look out, Rihanna.
Oh my God.
Well, on that note, should we talk about something else? And then we'll free you from the shackles of Texty Back podcast.
Oh my
We just thought
God.
it would be nice if you wanted to share a little thing, like what's your favorite thing about Liz and what's your favorite thing about Jessica?
Oh, I'm like, what about just like her poop? Drinking her
Well,
poop.
to reframe, if you were to
reframe.
get a poop transplant from each other, what trait
Understood.
would you hope to
Yes.
There you go.
Thank
absorb?
you, Queen. Thank you, Queen.
Yeah.
I can go.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, the only pause was that I was thinking through all of the many things that I love
Same.
and adore about Liz Feldman, and I was like, which am I going to pick? I'm going to say, again, it's too many to choose, but I'm just choosing for the sake of choosing. Liz's optimism.
Oh, that's nice.
I think it's like such
very
a
nice.
beautiful quality, and it's very infectious. And I don't know. I think it's like it's part of the light that Liz brings to this world, is just in both in her general energy and then as a friend talking. I'll just speak for myself, me through various life hurdles and stumbles, work, personal, like just a general outlook that things will mostly work out. I think it's just very valuable.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's very kind, my
Well,
friend.
it's very true.
Again, there are many that I'm many wonderful qualities.
Do you want to talk about my fear of snakes? Is that number one?
I don't know if that's the first thing I'd poop on over to me, but I think, I mean, I have to go with her wit. I have to go with her wit because I don't know that I've ever met a wittier person.
That's how she reeled you in. That's how she got you.
That's how she reeled me in. I just
That's
think
how I
that
get ya.
beyond just being funny and beyond, being a wonderful raconteur, which she is, which I always like to call her, and she doesn't love the term.
I know I do love it.
That's
It's very
amazing.
She is a gifted raconteur, but her wit, I think, is singular. And there's a reason why she's a New York Times bestselling author twice over, because her books are replete with her wit. And it is a joy to be her friend and a joy to do a podcast with her.
Oh, right back at you, honey.
No one funner to text with, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
I'll text her back any fucking day of the week.
Today is going to be a lot of snake texts. A lot of snake texts.
Well, maybe some processing about that normal news story that you were
Maybe
subjected to.
maybe a couple of texts that are like, whoever fucking agreed to us going on this podcast is fired.
Oh, what a fun time.
Well, we are just delighted that you agreed to come be on our beautiful little podcast and talk about friendship, which is our favorite topic as well.
Aw,
after
thank you
snakes
so
and feces, of
much.
course.
Yeah,
Please come back anytime. Do you,
Oh my
other than your
God.
podcast, which is Here to Make Friends, anything else you want to force people to?
To imbibe.
Yes.
You can follow me on Instagram at dlizfeldman, or you can follow Jessi Klein at your acquaintance, Jessi Klein.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
true.
That's a
That
great
is my
name.
Instagram.
Liz Feldman, Jessi Klein, the beautiful co-host of Here to Make Friends every Friday, everywhere you get your podcast. Make sure you download it immediately and listen to all the episodes and support them in whatever way they demand. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
fun.
much, and I'm so sorry, and I love you.
That's the title of your next book.
Do you love me enough to put my poop up your butt?
I think we're getting there, Liz. I think we are.
Yes.
Well,
Lindy. End of show.
oh,
it
Christ.
is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh,
Oh, Jerry.
I'm going to have Allie take that out.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, huh?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I already texted her to ask her.
Equal ownership of show we have.
I could delete the show off of the publishing platform anytime.
No, Megan.
I bet you don't even remember how to log in.
Sure don't, Megan.
Sure don't. Yeah, equal partners indeed.
I do know how to log in, Megan. I have it saved. Megan.
Anyway, welcome back to the end of Text Me Back podcast. And we're ending it. We're ending the show permanently. So,
Megan, that's not funny.
What
Megan,
Lindy said about that, whatever the
Megan, not funny. That is
that Yoda. Was that what that was?
Yes.
Oh Lord. You know they were saying, oh, I miss Text Me Back podcast. Bring back Text Me Back. Everybody's clamoring for Text Me Back podcast. And we come back and you know what you do? You do a heinous, absolutely world-class bad Yoda impersonation. Now no one's saying we miss Text Me Back podcast. No one is clamoring for more. They're turning it off.
Megan, this is so mean.
They're turning it off.
This is a brutal...
Because of you and your behavior.
A brutal read.
And we can see exactly where people turn off the podcast, by the way, in the publication.
Not me, because I don't know how to log in.
You can see like if people finish an episode or not. So if we get to you screaming, Jerry, and we get like an 80% drop off, we'll know why. Anyways, end of show. How you like that? Are you frozen or are you sort of oh God, you were so still. Good job.
Hello, Jerry.
Oh, God. Okay, well, we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Bye.
Yeah. No, wait. We got to plug ourselves.
No, we don't. You ruined it.
What? Megan.
Hello, Jerry is the worst shit that you do. It's so bad.
Megan, we can cut it out.
You're not going to. Because last time you snuck around behind my back and had Allie put it back in. Because you know I don't listen to the episode before it goes live. Heinous.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess if you've enjoyed this, you can support the show by going to patreon.com/textmebackpod. By the way, we also have a Venmo. Do you know somebody actually emailed us and was like, I wish you had a Venmo so I didn't have to subscribe to the Patreon. I don't understand that, but I'm not judging you. But we do have a Venmo and it's at textmebackpod. So you can send us money there.
But just be careful because once you do that, we will be sending Venmo requests at random. Just
for like headphones and equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like snacks when we go to the podcast conference in Dallas.
Or complete set Seinfeld DVD Blu-ray discs.
So I'm urging you not to send money to this podcast. Please don't.
Megan, don't say that.
Please, for the love of God, if you could all cancel your subscriptions so I can be free from Text Me Back.
Megan, it's not. You're taking it too far and you're doing the joke too far.
I'm actually begging.
Megan,
please help me.
Megan!
I don't know how to tell her I don't want to do this anymore. Your face is so sad.
I don't know when people are joking and when they're not joking.
Lindy, you're a professional comedy writer. I do think that you know.
Yeah, but I'm also an only child, sort of, who's a baby.
Yes, that's true.
And so I always feel a little bit victimized and left out.
I know. Well, it's like you said last time we talked about this. You're like, when I am in community with older siblings, you were like, you have built up younger sibling energy. So you need to torture the older sibling in the dynamic.
But then it's
the reverse of that is you can dish it out, but you can't take it. Or,
it's a power imbalance because the older sibling has greater powers than the younger sibling.
It's punching down, but they'd all deserve it. Every younger sibling deserves it. If my younger sibling, Matthew, is listening, don't message me about this. You know I'm right. Okay. Bye. See you next week when we will not have a guest. But you know what? We will have a guest the following week.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're out here making friends. It's much like on the podcast Here to Make Friends, which you should also subscribe and listen to.
You should. Here to make friends everywhere we go, everywhere they go.
Oh,
Thanks for
brother.
listening. Thanks for supporting the program.
We missed you and we're happy to be back.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
If you believe it. If you believe them.
I do.
Okay.
Yep.
Well.
Goodbye.